Afternoon again to you, Jess. Looking forward to Armour All qualifying now. Three-part elimination qualifying. Cars rolling out in the most beautiful of conditions. Northeastern Victoria turning on a sparkling, gorgeous day. It is David Reynolds on screen here, based on the form that we saw in practice earlier in the day, on target to add another pole position to his illustrious career. Grove Racing very quick, and what about the time? A 1 minute 18.2 has got everybody's attention in the pit lane. That is speedy. When David stared at the dash crossing the control line, I'll bet there was a sparkle in his eyes. Waters has done an 18. Oh, Van Gisbergen responds with an 18.2375. He's got a 10th in hand at the moment.
Well done. So he's just out of it. Jordan Boyce has done a nice job there. He came up 7 spots there to 19th off the road. Jack Smith.
Pit exit is now closed.
And his teammate Macaulay Jones just jumped up into 9th position. So checkered flag out. We'll see whether there's any movement. Ojeda just jumped up to 18th to keep himself in the game. Randall to 9th, pushes Macca back to 10th position. Jack LeBrock up to 16th. So Hazelwood, Boys, Percat, Piffer, Smith and Slade. Something weird going on there. Part 2 Armour All qualifying. We jump on board with car number 88. Second gear, left-hand at turn 8. Coaxing the car through there. Relatively very low speed, big steering angle. Look at it, he's almost got his arms crossed, and then trying to feed 600 plus horsepower out the other side in second gear, and then a whole bunch of changes to brake bias and to anti-roll bars into turn 10, back to second gear. It is a busy lap at Winton Motor Raceway, and then a chance just to think momentarily where you want to pick up the brake pedal on the run into turn 11. Hard on that brake pedal here, back to second gear once more. Short, sharp shoot between 11 and 12, squeeze it in second gear. Pick it up early coming out of the final corner, rattle it over the exit curb, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and in some cases 6th gear on the run into turn 1, and Feeney to the top on a 19.4. Quickly eclipsed by Di Pasquale, 18.8, then Davison, 18.7.
Brodie Kostecki to the top now with an 18.7. Heimgartner up 11 spots to 3rd. Scott Pye up to 5th. So Brodie Kostecki, Will Davison, Heimgartner, Di Pasquale, David Reynolds, 18.7.
It's very gripped up through the final corner as well. So this thing continues to look good at the back end of the lap. Here he is at the control line, and it'll put him right to the top on an 18.3. Best lap he'll have ever done round here in a supercar, and right on the money for those numbers that we saw earlier on. That car was pristine at the back end of the lap.
Reynolds has just done the fastest first sector. Cam Waters comes up 14 spots to 2nd. Thomas Randall comes up 9 spots. Brock Feeney now up 11 to 3rd. So nice job. There's a lot of big hitters that are a long way down, Neil. There's going to be a tale of woe at the end of this.
Confirmed in 30 seconds.
30 seconds or less now before the flag's out for the end of the second part of Armour All qual. And Will Brown now up into 4th position. Van Gisbergen's gone very quick in the first sector. So stand by for something that might match or improve that 18.2 that he did earlier.
Here's Reynolds.
What's he got for us?
Because Reynolds at the moment has got the fastest cumulative number to the end of the second sector. Can he get it out of the final corner with not too much wheel spin? He bumped the inside curve. That would have cost him some time. He had to gather it back up. So the last sector won't be as good as he would like. But it still goes to the top with an 18.27. That's exactly the time that he did before. Beautifully done.
Big numbers. So Shane's done a 28.2 in the mid-sector. His first sector was better than anyone else. It'll comfortably keep him in the game, and there it is, an 18.4 for him. But I reckon he lost a little bit in the mid-sector for whatever reason. So
at the death knock, Scott Pye is 10th on an 18.72. Have a look at the number of cars that are on 18.7s.
Friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man, there he is.
Jesse Yates is just trying to word me up as to what's going on, Neil. I'd like to be able to explain it to you.
Come on, Mark.
It's because the baby spiders hatch. This process is called ballooning as they move to other locations. Thank you, Jessica. Get it out of here nicely. Makes the apex nicely. Uses a lot of that exit curve, but I don't think it cost him any time. So at the moment, 18.86 for Heimgartner, 18.4 for Will Brown. So that's a good indicative number.
I reckon that's the best he's done in the first couple of portions of qualifying, and probably the best full stop. So that's the third time that we've heard it on the limiter. He did it on the run into 1 in turn 1 in 5th gear. He did it into turn 3. Big moment. This has cost him. That would have cost a massive amount of time, that catch. How much damage did that do? It was wild as it came out of the change of direction between 6 and 7. And it might just have cost him Big steering angle in the middle of the corner at 9. And so a little bit of that on that warm-up lap is also to just see what you've got in terms of front grip. Out of breath again on the run into the left-hander at 10.
It's got some steering vibration in that car. Pay particular, that's a very good middle sector for Van Gisbergen, and even with that big moment off the sweeper. And just have a look here now, when he's got it turned, you can just see his gloves just moving a little. So Van Gisbergen is going to go to the top with this number. I would think he does, an 18.26. Beautiful lap again from Van Gisbergen.
And Waters does an 18.3, 4/100ths of a second slower than Shane. Feeney up to 5th position on an 18.7. Remarkable time for Van Gisbergen, considering how hard he had to wrestle that car up between 5, 6, 7. Mostert to 3rd position on an 18.4. So I thought he'd rolled out of it and then picked it up again, but he's stayed with it. So I'm looking at the numbers 23.8 and 28.2 is not enough.
No.
It's not enough.
He'll be battling to improve from 7th. Final corner, nice gear change. Grab the gear to stop the wheel spin. And the number that he's done is an 18.6, did an 18.7.
Shane Van Gisbergen's got an Armour-All pole. He's 3rd for 2022. Career-wise, he moves it on to 41, and he does it, Mark Scaife, by 4/100ths of a second over Cam Waters. 4/100ths was the margin in the end for Van Gisbergen over Waters. So Waters again proving that Tickford have got great pace. And in fact, his old sparring partner, Chaz Mostert's right in that game as well. Chazzy did a 1 minute 18.4. The time set early by Will Brown stayed as well. So 4th position for Will. Lee Holdsworth next. Anton De Pasquale, Reynolds, Feeney, Heimgartner and Pye. And then missing out, as we detailed a little earlier, Brody Kostecki, Mark Winterbottom, who's been victorious at this location, Davison, who was dejected a bit earlier, Randall, Kostecki, Jones, LeBrock, Fullwood, Ojeda, James Courtney, lacking speed this afternoon, Hazelwood, Percat, Boys, Slade, Pither, Smith and Jacobson. Our 27 cars as a result of the couple of wild cards.